All right. Hello, hello. I should be audible. Welcome back to the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer Tournament. Here on SpeedGaming. SpeedGaming, no number. I am Brass Boom Bang. You can also call me Mr. Bang. And I will be your commentator to start this run. Jagger is going to show up and eventually. He's having technical difficulties, but he'll join me in a bit. And today, our race is between Interslice and Mystery Person, according to the title. But as the race time says, it's against azder. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. There's a thing over the Z that probably means you'd say it differently. Whatever. Their name is going to get on there eventually. Oh, it's azder. Then okay, so in race time, it's spelled differently. Amorbus has cannonball as our very first hint. That's convenient, I guess. And that first item was violet, as we usually get. One of the first two items always has to be the violet translator, otherwise we cannot get out of here. Technically, you could have emerald and bombs, and then violet would be in the other item in underneath the save station, but that doesn't usually happen. So yeah, right now just going through the starting Dark Splinter and then Dark Alpha Splinter fight. While we're here, I guess I can go over some of the settings we're using for this tournament compared to the weekly races that you might have seen. So in the weekly races, we have this thing where you need to get the main missile launcher and the main power bomb items in order to actually use them. But in this tournament, if you have a missile expansion, you can use missiles. If you have a power bomb expansion, you can use power bombs. However, the seed still logically expects you to get main power bombs or main missiles or seeker missiles in order to use them. So that's something these runners need to keep in mind for the logic of seeds. All right, yeah, there's azder's name. So yeah, his race time username fooled me into thinking he was someone else. But anyway, so there's that for the missiles and power bomb settings. We also have final bosses turned on in these settings. I don't believe that there have been any gentleman's agreements for this run, so presumably they'll have final bosses on. And that is Sunburst in the Great Temple hallway. It's the third best beam combo. Yes, I said third. I like Sonic Boom because it has my middle name in it. Dark Burst is the worst one though. No arguments there. Now, let's see if I can get a look at what is on the ledge up here. That looks like something. I think it was something. It might have been an E-tank. I don't know. Okay, azder's not going for it, so it might not have been something. But yeah, you can do a somewhat finicky slope jump to get that item early. If it's something really useful, then you probably want to go for it. But if it doesn't matter, then you can just ignore it. Oh, Interslice is going for it. Okay, so it probably is something. And yeah, it's a little bit finicky, but wait, Sunburst does stuff against Jump Guardian? What does it do? Now I want to know. Oh, there's bombs. Oh, did someone arrive?
It's me. Hey.
Ah, my partner in crime. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Jagger G. I like video games.
Don't we all? So, you're just in time to see what item is on here, and it is an E-tank. Okay, so yeah, azder did skip that since it is a bit finicky to pull off that jump, but Interslice wants it probably for safety reasons, and I do not blame him. So yeah, their first items, they had violet, some dark ammo, and bombs.
Cool. Yeah. So they could check mining plaza right now, but personally, I feel like it's kind of hard to see what's on mining plaza without space jump. So I'm not really expecting anyone to check it right now.
I don't think it's that bad to see. It's just, oh, there's Seeker's missiles. There's
Nice.
Seeker missiles. So yeah, as I said earlier, in these settings, Seekers do count as logical missiles. So
Yep.
azder, hopefully we see what item is on mining station A here, because the race I commentated the other day, there was a suit up there, and one person did not see it. It was a required suit.
Yeah. Who would forget to look up?
I don't know.
It's funny. I had practiced the day before. I did 2 runs, and both those runs, like last second, I was like, "Oh, remember to look up." That's great. Yeah, that'll happen in Rando. Sometimes you just get randoed. Sometimes you make a mistake, and it does cost.
Oh, Interslice looked at the item, and we couldn't see what it was.
Yeah, I can never see through that glass on at least on other people's screens.
Yeah, not on commentary or stream. It's rough. But yeah, that I hate the mining plaza item. I feel like half the seeds I have, there's something important in there.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but like when I'm playing, I'm looking at different pixels on the screen. So like when I'm commentating, I just can't see what that pixel is. It should be the same.
All right, azder just did a nice, good old 2-cycle bomb guardian. Pretty easy with charge shot, regular shot, missile, not in that order. And he gets a
Power bomb's nice.
tasty,
It's an expansion though.
Yeah, a tasty cheeseburger with nothing on it. No lettuce, no tomato.
No buns.
No, there's buns on there.
There's 2 hamburger patties sandwiching cheese.
That's just 3 hamburger patties, though. Oh, Interslice. Interslice decided to check this portal access item before going here. So
Maybe
he gets,
it's like rye bread because it's pretty dark.
yeah, I could see that. Although, I don't know. It would be a problem if your burger bread is the same color as your cooked patty, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's totally just 2 patties sandwiching a piece of cheese. Who needs the carbs when you have all that meat?
So it looks like Interslice is using his space jump to do some standable terrain and get the item that's in here. I did not see what it was, but he wants it.
Yeah, this is a little tricky. The ledge you kind of got to stand on is pretty thin, and it kind of pushes you away.
It's
dark beam. Nice.
Dark beam. All right, that's very valuable. And
it's hard to see at night. I understand.
Yeah. So yeah, and it looks like he's just not even gonna go do Bomb Guardian right now. He's just going straight into Dark Aether. That Dark Beam is out of logic because you need main power bombs and Spider Ball.
Yep.
To logically get it.
So although like that may have looked pretty easy, well, maybe not. It is pretty finicky to actually stand there, but that particular jump up there, I believe, isn't even in logic because later, if you leave the room, like advance the layer and come back, the Wasp Hive will not be there, and the logic just won't account for it. It will, however, account for the last layer, the flying pirates, and being able to bounce off of them with the cannon to just hit the item dead on.
Yeah, but instead, azder, since the Wasp Nest is not here, he's doing the other method, which is a bomb space jump to get up here.
Yeah, he really nails that one.
Yeah, first try. So, yeah, both of these guys picking up their Dark Beam early, which, let's see what that gets them as they both go into Dark Aegon.
Yeah, you have to stand in pretty particular positions and angle the camera just right to get the camera to cooperate with you and brake as you intend it to.
Yeah, because for the uninitiated, the bomb space jump that azder pulled off. So what happens is you do an instant unmorph where if the camera is obscured in a particular way while you were going from morph ball to standing up, you will just instantly be standing up. You won't go through the animation of it. And during this animation or lack of animation, you have a couple frames where you can input a jump because it thinks you're standing, I guess.
Yep,
So-
2/5 of a second.
Yeah, which it's a bit tight, but it's something that you can learn to do pretty easily. I like Interslice darkening that crystal because if you step into that crystal field, then a fight will appear. Nice Sky Temple key. But I guess if you darken it with Dark Beam, which you're not expected to have at this point, then the trigger won't load for that fight.
Yeah, luckily in that particular case, it's entering the safe zone rather than the actual area. So as long as you disable the safe zone, you just don't get the encounter. And that encounter, I believe, locks the doors as well, so it saves time in that regard, in addition to not having to actually fight the single enemy that it spawns.
Yeah, it's only
Kinda tanky.
it's only a single warrior ing, which they're not too bad with light beam, but he doesn't have light beam, so it would take a while. But yeah, right now,
Thank goodness he has space jump. So he's probably, it looks like he's going to the broom closet first.
yeah, it's a good thing that he not only has space jump, but also that he picked up that energy tank earlier because he can navigate through here a little more freely. Azder might have to take some more time to wait in healing areas or just get some more health drops. But Interslice can afford to be a bit more reckless.
I'm trying to remember the name of the broom closet, like the proper name. It's something access. Trial tunnel?
Yeah, trial tunnel. Which
Right.
is weird to me because this should just be like an in-cache, shouldn't it?
Yes, however, fun fact about that particular room. If you recall the Light World version of the room, it is a tunnel leading to Mining Station B.
Yeah, and the dark
It's a
version-
copy of that room.
Yeah, and
It's sealed off.
and the dark version of Mining Station B is something like, I think it's Trial Grounds.
Yes.
So, yeah, it comes full circle, kind of.
So this may look scary. He's really low on health. However, the drop system in Echoes is improved over the Prime 1 system. In this, if you're at or below 20% roughly, you actually have an 80% chance of getting an Ultra Energy drop to get 100 health refill. So it's kind of beneficial to take a little bit of damage on your way back to make sure you're below 20%.
Yeah, and even if you're not below 20%, when you have no E-tanks, a blue 50 health will suffice most of the time. So being this low, like right there, he was at 30 health and then instantly to 80. That's almost full.
It's kind of funny how the maximum HP makes you feel like the more E-tanks you get, the less safe you feel with like a full E-tank.
Yeah,
Because you're at a certain percentage of health rather than the static percentage or the static amount of health for some reason. I don't know. It's a psychological thing. That looks like Boost Ball.
yeah, I don't know why he scanned
Spider
it.
Ball. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why he scanned it because we know that Cannonball is on Amorbus.
Oh, okay.
That was the first hint. Yeah.
Ooh.
Funny hint.
That might be worth picking up.
That's not-
I guess not. No.
Only if like Chick is required, but that would be like,
It depends where Boost Ball is.
yeah. Still, that would be like a big brain play. It's like, oh man, Chick is required. Better fight a Morbus just to get Cannonball.
Like if Boost Ball winds up being in a really trolly location, or they just have trouble finding it, that might be an option. You basically know where you can get Cannonball,
Yeah,
which replaces Boost Ball.
it's an interesting dilemma. Also, we didn't bring attention to it, but Jump Guardian is loaded right there, so you can just shoot the invisible hitbox and it'll deal damage.
All right, yeah, that's totally a thing.
Yeah, then when he spawns, he'll just have no health, and you can tap him once and he dies. It's very convenient because that fight is a little bit slow normally.
And another kind of silly thing about Jump Guardian, in addition to this invisible hitbox, it's actually being an enemy of the Dark World. It's vulnerable to light-based attacks, except it's only vulnerable to. It's only 2 times weak to uncharged light shots, and charged light shots are neutral for some reason.
That is strange.
Yeah.
Also, well, as I was informed by chat, apparently the sunburst works against it, because somebody pulled that off in a recent match. I would be interested in hearing the details of this.
Well, I don't see why it wouldn't do damage. I don't know how much damage it would do, though.
Imagine if it like one-shots Jump Guardian. That'd be
I'm pretty sure it doesn't. In fact, I like there's a damage table in the Discord server. If you're wanting to play the randomizer yourself, definitely check out the Discord server. It has a lot of very useful information. And in the resources page, there's a damage table for all of the Prime games. And I don't think Sunburst is listed as 2 times effective. I think it's just neutral.
Oh, that's not funny then. Man.
Yeah, like the whole dark enemies weak to light stuff and vice versa. That's more of a design philosophy, but not strictly. It's not explicitly stated in the coding. It's just each individual enemy has their own sources, like their own damage tables or their own vulnerability tables.
Whoa, Interslice is doing an evolved version of the Bomb Guardian fight that I have never seen before. I've never seen anyone do that with Dark Beam, because he missed his power bomb at the start.
Yeah, power bomb is pretty finicky. You kind of it helps to wait until he's attacking and then power bomb up close. But sometimes he'll charge through it and not take damage.
Yeah, I usually just I just roll straight into him and power bomb like right before I run into him. Usually does the job.
Usually, yep. But yeah, Dark Beam can freeze him, but it won't allow him to be shattered by a missile like most enemies and some bosses.
Well, like one boss specifically.
One boss, yeah.
Which
Dark Missile Trooper, technically.
Yeah. Which we might see somewhat soon, because Azder is here in Temple Grounds doing miscellaneous checks. Oh, that is an Inghive key. Useful. It's not actually useful.
Technically, it is part of the logic to use temple keys to access Quadraxis. It's never required in Seeds.
Wait, does logic ever...
Basically never. It's very rare. It's possible that they could be required, but very rare.
Does logic ever... Like, does the logic know that you can access Quad with Annihilator?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like...
You just backdoor, and it's actually not even that hard. I think it's very low energy requirement as well.
Oh, yeah, because you got to go through the Ingstorm run. Interslice?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, well, he screwed it up once, but it's okay. Yeah, Seekers can be finicky. And there's another Sky Temple key. Okay. For Azder.
Yeah, the path to Quadraxis from behind it sounds a lot more scary than it actually is. You only spend like a few frames in the Ingstorm, and then you're relatively safe. There's like a safe spot in the corner that you could just easily bomb jump to the next section, and there's a safe zone in the center as well.
So Azder checked that Ing Reliquary hint, and it said a Morph Ball related upgrade. That could be Boost Ball.
Yeah.
It's probably not, but it could be. It would really suck if it was, though.
Yeah.
Azder
I'd prefer that over a Morbus, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm actually not sure what would be worse. And, oh, there is our screw attack.
Nice. Very nice one. Yeah, I mostly bring up a Morbus because we have a Boost Ball, technically. Comet Morbus this seed.
Yeah.
So they may have their choice.
That screw attack is really nice though, because one of the things that we've already been seeing a lot with these settings is that checking Wind Chamber Gateway early is like, it's paid off pretty frequently. And
It tends to, yeah.
Yeah, and normally you have to, if you don't have screw attack, then you have to do some scan dashes to get over here. Oh, what is on there? I could not see. But with screw attack, it's totally free to just go over here. And Azder he has a power bomb. Meanwhile,
so Interslice did a cool trick to just like shoot the locks on that gate from behind. Just the splash damage from the missiles. Just shoot right in the middle of both of them. You do have to shoot past the little posts that the locks are on, because sometimes the collision will just block the splash damage from actually reaching the locks. Yeah. It's good to know, but also kind of infuriating if you play a seed with main missile launcher required, and main missiles are like on DMT. Well, not on DMT, but on hive chambers, because you have to go all the way around. Yeah, I like when DMT has missile launcher. It's pretty fitting.
Well, technically,
it's in his name.
Well, he technically can't have it, but you could have it in hive chamber A, I think.
Why would that be? Oh, I guess getting to bomb guarding. I guess.
Yeah, bomb guarding is behind a missile door. So
I've seen it, but I played a lot of random starts and elevator rando, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the elevator rando, then you could have it. Yeah, you could have that easily. What is in hive chamber A? It is Emerald Translator. Nice. That's going to be nice for Interslice when he gets over to GFMC, because he can check the hints in Fortress Transport Access. Oh, that's the save station. That is... Oh yeah, that's actually probably faster to save warp, especially with Emerald.
At the very least, it's a save. Who knows when the next time he'll bother going to a save point is.
Yeah,
and
I guess he just didn't save warp.
Crashes can definitely happen at random. It's pretty rare.
Oh wait, actually, yeah, he's heading over to GFMC, which has been known to crash randomly, so that is a reasonable time to save.
There's also a pretty funny, a pretty consistent crash in GFMC, at least on Nintendo, I find. It might be on console as well. If you're in GFMC for like 45 minutes, it will crash.
I guess just don't go get lunch while you're over there.
I know this because Gollop put Space Jumpless ship in Logic with Screw Attack on Advanced a long time ago. I think it's since been bumped up to Expert, and thereby the Extended Dash kind of overrode it. But it's definitely a thing.
Yeah, that could definitely take you 45 minutes to get. All right.
Or 4 to 5 minutes to not get.
Yeah, giving up after about 5 minutes would be a reasonable idea. So, looks like these guys are now just kind of retracing each other's steps, since they sort of did the Temple Grounds loop in opposite ways. One advantage Interslice will have is oh wait, no, he's not going to have it, because Azder could just save warp from the save station and doesn't need Emerald to get out. But at least he can view this hint over here, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, so this gate, normally in vanilla, it's an Emerald gate that is opened with Violet Translator, which is because echoes, of course.
Wait, really?
In the tournament settings, we actually chose vanilla gates, but the vanilla colors of the gates. So this is actually opened by Emerald in the tournament settings.
I did not know that.
There are a couple of those around Temple Grounds. Similarly, the one leading up to Great Temple from Meeting Grounds is also a violet gate, but it's colored amber.
I guess
also,
because you're not intended to be over there before you have the translator for that.
if you don't glitch, then you need those translators to get to those gates in the first place.
Yeah. And also, while we were talking about that, Interslice got that emerald hint, and it seems that Amber Translator is in storage B. That's the dark beam door on the right side of labs. So, yeah.
Okay.
He can go over there, get that, then start getting all his hints and sand cash. And bonk.
Although no supers, no dark beam, Amber usually tells me about Torvis access.
Well,
It's either that or boost ball and seekers.
He doesn't even have light beam, so he does have seekers. So at this point, just waiting for boost or light and dark suit, I guess.
Well, light beam's been known to be in underground tunnel from time to time.
Yeah, as well as any other kind of progression.
Yep, like space jump, for example. That's a fun one.
It is indeed. So I guess that the hint for Amber that Interslice just got isn't going to be too much of a deal breaker for Azder, because he's probably just going to be heading over to that area anyway after he gets Mineshaft.
That's the thing about rando races. You really can't tell who's going to be in the lead when they finally have everything they need until they actually have everything they need. So even though one player may have more checks or one player may have more progression items, they could take them longer. And especially if they have more progression items, they could be spending more time checking more things that just aren't correct, you know?
Yeah, getting one thing can just lead you all the way away from what you're supposed to go get.
So it's like an hour-long equalizer until go mode. I like that about rando tourneys.
Yeah. There's always, well, that's the fun of randomizers to begin with, is that there's always plenty of variety.
You might want that powerbomb job, Interslice.
He's at 0 power bombs, so
That's true.
Whatever box he breaks is very likely to give him one, because again, the way the drop system works,
Very true.
if you're missing something, it's going to give it to you. So now we have Azder making his way into labs. Open up the front gates there. Considering the dark beam was in mining station A, we're probably going to get main power bombs soon.
Yeah. Let's see. They have space jump. They don't have light. They do have spider ball. Okay. So they could actually access Central Mining Station's item.
Yep.
And after clearing these pirates and reloading the room, it could access the hint for Battlegrounds in cache as well.
Yeah, you can briefly see what item it is in the cutscene, which is about to play in a second, right there. Okay. It looked big and glowy. But
a little fuzzy on my end. It kind of looked red.
Well, of course it looked red. It's behind a red screen door.
Sure. Well, an orange screen door. It looked a little more red.
Yeah. But it's... Especially on commentary stream, it's hard to see. But even when you're playing the game, it's hard to see. Did he... Yeah, he reloaded the room.
Yeah, the funny thing about Mining Plaza especially is that if it looks like some kind of progression item, you can kind of tell. But if it looks like a missile tank, I have no idea what it could possibly be. It could be anything.
If it looks like a missile tank, it could easily be supers instead. And that was a nice little pop, position pop there. Oh, yeah. There's an Aegon key.
That's a little risky if you nail that screw attack into the tunnel. you might wind up out of bounds and cost yourself a bit of time.
But yeah, that is our third Aeon key. So they could go fight Amorbus if they really want to get Cannonball right now. But considering where Dark Beam was, then I think just chasing the logic of whatever's in here is probably the better play. And all right, yeah. And yes, our very first hint of the match, Amorbus has Cannonball. So who knows? Oh, and
There it is.
Yep, there
As
is
you
main power
called.
bomb. Yeah. So now the seed now the Dark Beam they have is totally in logic. So they can do plenty of stuff in here. They can get their Amber Translator. They can head into Dark Labs. They won't be able to get out, but they can go to the save station and save warp. Although that would only be for a single check and doomed entry, which is probably not worth it.
I like what Azder is doing, going back into the entrance of the Morph Ball tunnel to avoid having the shutter door on the right side close off. So
Yeah,
it won't have to climb up.
It's something I need to remember to do myself more often.
It's hard to tell, like, I think that's faster, like, to actually go, to skip that gate shutting, but I don't know how much.
It's probably faster. But I just usually don't remember to do it. Yeah, there's his Amber pickup, so we'll see if my guess is that if he doesn't find Light Beam in here, then he's probably not going to dip Dark Labs. He's probably just gonna head back to the other parts of Aeon, get his Amber hints, get Sandcash, and yeah, Interslice pretty close behind, heading into Central Command right now, as we've got azder in bioenergy production. We'll see what is up here. Oh, that looked like the light ammo. So, and azder is
interesting,
turning around.
I don't know if I agree with this play. You could go all the way to Dark Samus.
Yeah, I don't know why he would do this, because if he goes around, then if he goes into the room with the light crystals, where you get the cutscene of Dark Samus showing up, you can't activate those immediately. You have to go reload the room, which is just more time. I don't know, maybe this is faster than.
Well, I think what he wants to do here is check Sandcash. It's looking like he's going that way.
All right.
That's a pretty smart play. Whenever you get a progression item, there's a fairly high chance that progression item is what you need to get to the next progression item. It's just a higher weighting that the logic places on placing items.
Yeah, so I guess this does make sense. And he can also check any hints on the way too. Like this one, which is Dark Torvus keys. Hopefully we don't need those.
Yeah, that I kind of gloss over. I kind of try to skim and see what locations there are, but like I'm letting go of the scan, the L button, and if I don't read it in time, I don't really care.
And that was an Ing Hive key, so
it'll be in the logbook for later, so he can always go back in there if he needs Torvus keys.
So it looks like Interslice continuing on through labs to fight Dark Samus was the better play, because that Sandcash item was not very useful. But hey, these hints might be useful too. Dark Aeon key. We have all three of those. That's like, I don't know, it's really annoying. I feel like this happens to me a lot, where all my early hints are those hints, where it's like the keys to this temple are here, and like those are some of the least nice hints to get early on. I want something more useful.
So I'm thinking about what I would do in Azder's shoes. Like, he made a decision to forego Dark Samus for now and just go back for Sandcash. He had a gut feeling, and that's fine. Like, that's a totally valid play. Like, I don't fault him for that. It may not have been what I would do. Although I'm less of a fan of going back for Dark Samus right after.
Well,
Although he
where
only
else
has
does he
3
go?
E-tanks.
Yeah,
I was thinking. I mean, this totally depends on how confident you are with navigating Dark World and Inkclaw damage, but he could go to Torvis.
No, he can't. He does not have Light Beam.
That's true.
So yeah, he has to go here.
Well, I think going to Dark Samus is a good idea.
Yep. And yeah, this is why.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is exactly why he should have just kept going forward, because then the door locks and you got to reload the room over there. Meanwhile, Interslice gives a nice friendly power bomb to Dark Samus 1 and takes rid of her.
Yeah, all around, Command Center is kind of wonky. You're supposed to kill all the enemies in the room, but sometimes if you kill them in the wrong order, if you kill the top one first, the door just does not want to unlock, and you have to reload the room.
Oh no, Interslice found our third Ing Hive key. That's not cool, game.
It doesn't strictly mean quadraxis, but
yeah,
it does tease you about that for sure. It's
Yeah,
gonna be on their minds.
Not very nice. I mean, Interslice has not picked up. Actually, no, did he? Oh wait, no, that was only our second Ing Hive key. Never mind, I miscounted. But yeah, now with Light Beam not there, then progression has to be somewhere here in Dark Labs. So we could have a Light Beam right here in Doomed Entry.
Yeah, as Lokir points out in chat, actually, he does have a couple ways to Torvis if he goes through the side door from Aegon. There is a way to
you can use
jump up the half pipe either with standable terrain or a BSJ or a screw attack bonk. There are a few ways.
Yeah, it's just not logical. And considering what we've been doing right now, then I don't think it's a good idea to chase that when you still don't have a Light Beam or logical access to Torvis at all.
It would probably be one of 3 things, I think. Boost Ball is one, Light Beam, as you said, and Super Missiles.
Yeah.
Super Missiles let you just go to the front door in the Light World instead, so you wouldn't have to take the Dark World trip. He's opting for potentially, let's see, Doomed Entry. Yeah, that's unfortunately not Light Beam there, but it could be vanilla Light Beam.
Well, I think it has to be. What other locations have we not checked?
It's a good question.
Hall
of Honor dead?
We don't have boost.
No boost. Okay.
Ooh, Azder takes a nasty Phazon canister to the face.
See, no Dark Visor, so, like, I was thinking that, like, the Sky Temple Gateway, but that's not available. Like those 2 items next to it, those aren't available without Dark Visor.
Oh, you know where Light Beam could be? Phazon grounds.
There we go. Okay.
That
I like it.
Suck a lot.
In logic with Emerald.
Yeah, Emerald and Screw Attack and Dark Beam.
Mm-hmm.
Now I hope it's there. That would be funny.
It's cool. They're both here, same place at the same time.
Yep. So yeah, here comes the vanilla light door. Let's see if it has what we look for. And it has Light Beam. There it is, vanilla light. A
couple of celebratory shots, we'll call them, from the Interslice.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think is the worst item to have in its vanilla location? Because I've seen Vanilla Seekers a couple times.
Screw Attack is up there.
Oh yeah, that's really bad.
Spider Ball, I don't think I've actually seen, but that would be pretty bad. I've seen Annihilator vanilla, I think. Actually, I think when I saw vanilla Annihilator, it wound up not even being required. So it was fun. Of course, Light Suit is an infamous one.
Yeah, and that doesn't look important in Battlegrounds. Yeah, I don't know. I would be okay with a non-required vanilla Annihilator because Quadraxis is just a fun dude to fight.
Yeah, it's true.
Like of the main bosses, I would fight him in a heartbeat over the other two.
Depending on your suit, it may take a few heartbeats.
I mean, I don't think you're gonna have Varia to go fight him. Like, I would definitely not fight him with just Varia, at least Dark Suit.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that light beam in hand, Interslice can now. Actually, I don't think Torvus is in logic yet, or it might be. I don't. With these settings, I'm not sure if it is in logic, but we'll see what the ventilation.
I'm not sure. I think it's intermediate or higher.
Okay, Torvus is not in logic yet.
So minor correction. Like I mentioned yesterday, you need a slope jump to get to the portal in Path of Ice, Dark Path of Ice. There is a standable terrain spot. It's just pretty obscure, but you might as well, like, it's on top of a slope, so you might as well slope jump anyway.
Yeah. Oh right, we have main power bombs. So Sank Spider Side is in logic. So never mind. Ignore what I said about going to Torvus. We can go here.
This is a nice play.
Yeah, and we have to go here because it's our only real option right now.
Azder making sure to deliver the powerful bomb to Dark Semis.
Oh, chat points out
the doctor ordered.
Storage A is also in logic right now.
Yeah.
That's always
true.
That's kind of an annoying one to have to go to after already checking.
That's rarely required.
Well, it's annoying to go check it anyway after you've already checked the mining station B main item.
Yeah.
And that is that is supers. All right. So yeah, it was a nice instant morph jump that he misses. You can indeed get.
I still struggled with that.
I think he just jumped a little too early is all.
Might have morphed too late as well. Who knows?
Yeah, there he goes. So yep, there's our supers, and that's our Torvus access. He's probably going to check the Culling Chamber and Hazing Cliff items as well. I don't think he's going to go to Upper Sank, because if you have the choice between Upper Sank and all of Torvus, you probably should go to Torvus.
Maybe.
Oh, Azder.
I don't know, honestly.
Azder, before going into Sank, he's making these two power bomb checks.
Let's see, some ammo.
Yep, Sand Canyon. Oh, never mind. He's not actually going to Storage A.
Storage A is real out of the way. I don't blame him. Did he get the hint when he didn't have Amber at the time, did he? I don't think he did.
No. Oop, that's a Sky Temple key. That's required.
Yep.
I did not
Hazing
see.
Cliff is tough.
Yeah, I did not see what was in Culling Chamber when Interslice glanced at it, but well, he's getting health, so never mind. He probably saw it and wasn't worth it.
Yeah, so Hazing Cliff, it used to be the bane of a lot of weekly runners' existence for a long time because it was so frequently required, and it logically only required 150 HP to survive the round trip, or the 150 damage rather. So 151 at least.
It's kind of something that I personally don't like about having expansions let you use power bombs, because then it feels like this area gets put in play so much more often. Just because, like,
well,
even out of,
not
like,
logically though.
Yeah,
so.
not logically, but it's like you're gonna go to it you're gonna get an early cheeseburger and you're gonna go to it, like, all.
Yeah, for sure. That's true.
Yeah, and azder getting his supers with
Nice
a
instamorph.
yeah.
Although the thing that they've kind of fixed the whole issue that was plaguing the weekly community, the weekly racers, when they finally implemented damage strictness. So now the default option is medium strictness, which multiplies all the damage requirements by all the Dark World damage requirements by 1.5. So it now Hazencliff now requires 225 damage to get the item in return.
So now Interslice got his Sand Canyon item. Is going to check his Aegon energy controller hints and probably all of his hints. So that'll get those all in one nice swoop and then head over to Torvis probably. So yeah, a bit more efficient than what azder did, where he got Amber and left and then went back.
Also, as Captain points out, I think kind of after last tournament, there's been kind of an overhaul, like comb over and adding actual damage requirements to just about every dark room, if not every dark room.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
Yeah, DCR worked pretty hard on that 2.0 update.
Indeed. And that energy controller, the Aegon energy controller hint, Umos 2 is dead. I don't think we've gotten a hint for Quad yet.
So we'll get a hint for Hype Dynamo, which is a key.
Yeah, azder is...
And there's another key there.
Yep. azder is actually checking upper sank rather than doing what Interslice is doing.
What are the odds that Spider Guardian is guarding 3 keys?
It's possible.
Yeah, apparently. There was a race in the first tournament where their go mode was a Torvis key, and it was sandwiched between 2 Sky Temple keys on Spider Guardian.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And also, I just want to point out that our Amber hints have had all 3 Red Temple key hints. So this really is one of my seeds. Ugh. But yeah, azder is actually doing the upper sank play. So, because he doesn't have boost ball, which is a little bit annoying, but he can at least check watch station access, watch station, both aerial tanning items. He can check central area transport west. Actually, he can do quite a lot actually. So maybe this wasn't a bad idea, but oh, never mind. He's just warping out. Okay.
That's fine too. With supers, that definitely puts Torvis in logic, and there's a lot of things you can do with supers there.
Actually, wait, did he save and then save warp?
I don't recall.
Because if he did, he might just be going to get SDK hits. Because he can do that.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, because in order to check them, you just need Seekers, Supers, and enough health and Dark or Annihilator.
Yeah, it'll be a little scary depending on your level of experience. That's a long trip through the Dark World, and there are a lot of herdy, slappy tentacle monsters along the way.
You didn't have to say it like that.
Hey, I'm just calling them how I see them.
All right, and it looks like Interslice is going back into Dark Aegon. Is he gonna fight a Morbus?
Hey, nice
He might.
super missile hint. This is the reason we come here. Okay.
Yeah. Because the only item he could check in here, aside from a Morbus, is Warrior's Walk.
True.
He might be fighting a Morbus. That would be a very bold play.
I actually kind of like the Amorbus fight personally. It's not fast and it's not as cool as Quadraxis, but it's got some neat tech to it. That looks like Dark Burst. he considered getting it. He really wants to activate those bomb slots.
Yeah. I mean, we know where Sunburst is, and we know where Dark Burst is, so... I mean, if we just get Sonic Boom, that's all of them. Sonic Boom, best item in the game.
Gotta complete your collection, I guess.
Totally. And yeah, it looks like Interslice just wanted to check that one item before heading over to leave, I guess. He might be going for one of the methods to enter Torvus early, like you mentioned. Azder is entering. He's going over to the SDK hints right now. Yeah, he might not have the health going this slowly. He might not have the health to view them all. Well, he might have to wait a bit.
I forget how much damage it takes. Like, I want to say 20 per scan, something like that. Is that right?
It's definitely a lot with Varia.
Maybe it's only 10. If it's only 10, he's got this, no problem. But I think it's like 20.
Yeah, it's like 15 to 20. So let's see what he can see. All right.
Maybe 15. Okay.
Under Transit 1 in Dark Harvest.
95 health.
Okay.
Okay, it's like 12. I was way off. He probably has this, maybe.
Oh, that is yeah, that's the Dark Battleground. The
Transit Tunnel East.
All right.
Hive Dynamo.
Hive Dynamo works.
Yeah,
oh,
that's kind of figured.
That's 2. That's 2 on Spider Guardian. Can we get a third?
Did he not get? Did he not get Hazencliff?
No, I guess he didn't do Hazencliff or Culling Chamber.
Okay.
Dynamo works. We saw that one.
There's one more hint.
Gathering Hall. Okay.
Oh, was that the last hint? Okay.
Yeah. So
this worked out. Yeah, this worked out really well. Just in time to die and save warp.
And yeah, chat does have
solid
our hints now, so those aren't too bad. Yeah, having 2 Spider Guardian hints is annoying. Otherwise, yeah, boost ball required does make the Amorphous Cannonball even more interesting, depending on where boost ball ends up being. And it looks like I was right. Azder did save and then save warp, so he's going to finish up Upper Sanctuary before.
That's really smart, yeah.
Yeah, and all right, that's the missile, I think, or a burger. That's a burger. You know, we call them burgers, but why don't we call if power bombs are burgers, are missiles sliders?
Maybe like hot dogs with fins, I guess.
Well, I don't know, because like maybe like an open-faced burger, because the bottom of the missile looks like a bun. It's definitely shaped like one, but the top is, you know, pointy and thin. I could see it being like a bread platter. Is that a thing?
I don't know. So Interslice is on his way to get his hints. He's done a few extra checks. And he also has that Hazencliff key he doesn't have to worry about.
Meanwhile, Azder is doing one of my least favorite rooms in the game, Watch Station. I hate this place.
Yeah, it can be inconsistent for some people.
Yeah, doing the instant morph, and yeah, that is exactly why I hate this place, because I mess that up every single time.
Yeah, depending on where you're aiming, you either jump straight back or you jump slightly to the right and then straight back. And I find it like I typically hold back a little too soon and just wind up touching the wall and not getting the instant morph. It's kind of dumb.
Oh, Interslice getting through the this hallway with much more
There
help.
you go. Good job, Azder.
Yeah, Azder, he not only got the instant morph, but also rode up the door so that he could get onto this tracker easier.
Yeah, there are a couple ways to do that. You could also bomb jump out of the slot. I suspect that's a little more difficult, but it's an option.
Oh, that's a required cobalt.
There
So
you
that's
go.
good to know. We don't have boost
Logically
balls
required.
actually.
I wonder if he knows like how familiar he is with the screw attack, because he has learned the any percent run. So he may actually opt to skip Spider Guardian, which totally won't burn him.
Let's see. Oh, I cannot see what's on there, but it's tiny, so it probably doesn't matter. And this is our boost ball.
There it is. Okay.
Okay, so
Morbus not required for boost.
Yeah, we can ignore him entirely now. So Azder could also, he could knock out the spider keys right now. Oh wait, he doesn't have Dark Visor. He doesn't want to do that then.
And he could absolutely gamble Airy and hope it's Vanilla Echo.
Does he need Echo for something?
Probably not, but you never know.
Oh, the gravity boost is in Great Bridge. We definitely need that.
Okay. Yeah. So what do we need now? That gravity boost that we know about now.
Dark Visor.
Dark Visor. Okay.
Preferably some health. Well, preferably a suit and more health, because I'm pretty sure final bosses are on.
Yeah. Definitely a suit. I wonder how comfortable they are with their current health if they had Dark Suit. I think they can probably handle the final bosses. They're pretty solid speedrunners. So Interslice does a lot of Prime 1 speedruns, and azder is actually a finalist in the Super Metroid A Link to the Past combo randomizer last year. So
interesting.
They're solid speedrunners, and they put in practice and they put in a lot of study. So
yeah,
they know their stuff. So they may not have much trouble with the low health final bosses.
In temple access, that was it was Sunburst in there. We saw that earlier. It was the funny item. And on this hint, we have progressive suit is an under temple. So we'll see if they get that.
Hopefully up the screw attack wall.
Yeah, that's always nice when your important item is there instead of on the boss. Or you could just go run the Torvus gauntlet of mini bosses.
I wonder if they make their way there checking everything for Dark Visor, and instead they find several E-tanks. Would they consider skipping Powerbomb Guardian? And skipping what might be a Dark Suit on it?
Meanwhile, Interslice gets his hint for Boost Ball, which definitely happy to see that for him, because what he can do now is, while going through Torvus, he can make a quick detour over to there once he heads into Lower Torvus. And now azder is fighting Spider Guardian. Very fun and engaging boss fight.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows it is entirely possible for a Spider Guardian to hold 3 required items.
That would be great if he had Dark Visor. Oh, using a power bomb.
Is that?
And
okay, yeah, that was early enough. The power bomb hitbox lingers for a pretty long time. It's just that the wall blocks it off. But yeah, the Spider Guardian made it all the way to his eventual stunning.
Yeah, I was not aware that power bombs actually worked on him. I probably
shouldn't. In vanilla, it actually outright kills him, which is not the win condition you want. It actually prevents you from progressing throughout this area. It does not spawn the spider ball at the end. You actually have to get the the last barrier's destruction cutscene in order for Spider Guardian to spawn the item at the end of the room. So you can't even wall crawl past it.
Yeah. Over on Interslice's side, we got our hint for Quadraxis. It's an expansion, so Quad is dead. The only thing we're missing now for boss hints is Chica. So, hey, Chica could have a vanilla Dark Visor. It's possible.
Oh, and yeah, that was patched in the randomizer. The Power Bomb stuns Power Bomb Guardian or Spider Guardian instead of outright killing him. There's a quality of life feature added pretty early on in the rando.
Interslice doing a nice BSJ to get up into abandoned work site without needing to go all the way around. And it looks like
If only he had grapple.
but he could do another he could do another BSJ to get there if he wanted to, or use standable terrain. But that is our first Torvus key. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get all the red keys and not need them. Because we've already got all the Aegon keys and all the Inghive keys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a nice E-tank. Convenient.
Yeah. So a fun fact about Spider Guardian, it's actually, as found out during the previous tournament, Diggle found out that you can actually skip one of the barriers in the final phase. But it is still slower than fighting him the normal way. Just because you have to wait for him to get all the way to the bottom before stunning him.
Ooh.
And he moves faster when you destroy the barriers.
There's our Annihilator beam.
Nice.
May not be required, but at least might be helpful for final bosses. Although these guys can probably do super missile strats just fine. But maybe they prefer Annihilator, who knows?
Annihilator is faster.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they probably do know the Annihilator one then.
Yeah, it takes 4 super missiles or a crap load of Annihilator shots, but Annihilator, it has next to no cooldown, so you can fire as fast as you can mash.
And there it is, the best item in the game, Sonic Boom.
There we go.
Interslice has officially won the tournament.
Skip all the other matches.
Yeah, it's done. We don't need to see anything else.
And another E-Tank. That's pretty good.
Yeah, probably pick it up on the way out.
Yeah, full health refill. You can save for the end. So that would be 6 energy tanks. And that's depending on the player, that might be comfortable enough for suitless final bosses.
Also, did somebody say okay, so apparently while we were talking about that, a hint, I think must have been from a Cobalt hint from Azder, that a visor, which could be Dark Visor, could be Echo Visor, is in Dark Aegon. So with that Annihilator, that does mean it could be in Incash 2, or it could be in Feeding Pit. If it's in Feeding Pit, that sucks a lot. If it's in Incash 2, that's still kind of an annoying backtrack, but I mean, they got Annihilator.
That's bad,
yeah, it's not too bad.
And here Azder is in Dark Aegon.
Oh, is he gonna... Yeah, he'd never checked Warrior's Walk, so he's probably banking on it being here.
Yeah, giving the room ample time to load after destroying that super missile door. Like, there's some confusion as to like why that particular door takes so long to open for some people. Not really sure myself, but I always wait just in case.
Yeah, Azder unfortunately does not pick up the visor he wanted. Instead, he gets Dark Burst. So yeah, now he's looking at what's available, and I think he knows it's one of those 2 spots, which he doesn't have the ability to check right now.
Mm-hmm. There is an optional out of bounds. It's pretty easy in Feeding Pit. You can screw attack on top of one of the rising pillars, like the second rising pillar by the Dark Door. But it's out of bounds traversal, which can be very slow.
The trouble is that at this point, there's no more keys left in Aegon. Like, I'm pretty sure that visor, assuming it's Dark Visor, is the only thing that's required in Aegon left. So you'd only be going there for that. And if it turns out to be an unrequired Echo, that would just suck and hurt and feel bad. Interslice does pick up his gravity boost in Great Bridge, and he's going to now head into the Torvus Temple fight. And Azder is likely soon to follow because he's also heading into Torvus right now. Does it have to be Dark Visor? Why could it not? According to talking to chat, why could it not be Echo? Oh, I did not see. Okay, so there's another hint for a visor.
Is that what it was?
In Sanctuary Temple access. Oh, not a hint. They probably just saw it because you can see it while you're in there. So yeah, that one is logically locked behind Echo. So we got another.
Yeah, so Echo absolutely is not required then.
Yeah, that's always good to know. And Interslice picks up another nice cheeseburger after the Torvus fight, while Azder gets a hint for Cobalt, which is totally useful at this stage.
So what is it, like 50-50 at this point, whether or not Interslice is in go mode? Is that correct? Well, does he have the gravity boost hint? That was in Watch Station, right?
Interslice has gravity boost already.
Right, okay.
But yeah, it's either...
That's a pretty good hint. It's in your inventory.
So yeah...
Check behind you.
At this point, if Dark Visor is in Ingash 2, then he can totally beat the game now. Or at least he has everything he needs. But if Dark Visor is in Feeding Pit, it's a ways off.
But yeah, 6 E-tanks. It's really iffy. 7 E-tanks. Even still, it's kind of iffy if you actually want to skip a suit. If you just want to go fight the final bosses in Varia. One of the suits is in Under Temple. We're not sure which one it is. And the other one is at large.
Interslice right now heading over to do these Torvus Grove checks. He does not have Boost Ball yet, so he can't actually do Torvus Plaza or Boost Guardian. Well, he could technically do Boost Guardian, but
he could technically do Torvus Plaza as well. It's just it's more difficult. It's not in logic, but Screw Attack gets the job done, it turns out.
Oh, well, if
as
he knows...
actually discovered by DCR last tournament, or during practice for last tournament.
Well, if he knows how to do it, then yeah, he could get them.
Good job, Azder, freezing those pirates before they take off.
Interslice picks up his second Dark Torvus key. We'll see if he gets the third one, wherever it is.
You know, those flying pirates are really obnoxious to deal with, but almost every instance, if not every instance, there is a way to deal with them very quickly before they even take off.
In this case, you can lock on and just shoot them with a super or dark beam and missile. I know that in well, that's actually the case for most of them. You can shoot them with a dark beam missile or super missile before they get going, because they always start close together. So if you shoot them with charged dark beam or a super, then the blast radius will hit the second one and kill them or freeze them.
Yep.
Now we have Interslice heading down into Lower Torvis. So he did have his boost ball hint, so it's likely that at some point he is going to take a detour into Sank, get boost ball. I think he also got the Cobalt hint, which was an Emerald hint. The hint for Cobalt Translator. So he will also probably get that, do Spider Guardian stuff. And well, there's two keys down here. There's Transit Tunnel East and there's
Under Transit 1.
yeah, which is the dark version of the room opposite that. I said that correctly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there are 3 tunnels, so it's sort of opposite either way.
Well, it's on the
So
opposite.
you're right, no matter what.
It's on the opposite side of Trading Chamber. Nice screw attack hint, by the way. Do you know why that happens sometimes? Because I just Interslice.
Yes,
happened.
because echoes.
Good explanation.
Here to help.
So here is that SDK he's picking up. Looks like azder is gonna save it for after doing Under Transit 1 and possibly the suit.
Yeah, I don't have an actual explanation for that, and it's just one of the many quirks we love about this game.
Yeah, it's like I've noticed it only happens to me in that room, so it must have something to do with the tubes you're sitting in. Because like getting stuck in the bomb slot for no reason. So, moment of truth: is this suit going to be on? Is it going to be nice or is it going to be mean? Meanwhile, Interslice is in Transit Tunnel South, which he is able to check because he has...
Ooh, there it is.
Ooh, perfect. So we can ignore the big, mean plant monster and just leave. But azder...
He is opting to fight it.
Yeah, he does not need to do that, especially since with gravity, you can...
Are we sure, though?
No, because with gravity, you can access Under Transit 1 without going this way.
Yes. Although, do we know if he is fine without light suit to get dark visor wherever that may be? It could still be in feeding pit, right?
Yeah, well, feeding pit isn't the one locked behind Power Bomb Guardian. That's Dark Oasis.
Right, but it's locked behind light suit because of the dark water.
Yeah, and I guess light suit could technically be here. That would be something if light suit was, if you had both suits in the same room. Oh, ooh, good save.
There you go. Good work.
And yeah,
the boost strats for Power Bomb Guardian, they're not very hard, but they're pretty unintuitive because typically you can boost like across tracks, like right next to each other by holding against the end of one of them and just boosting. But because the room is kind of rounded, it feels like you just tend to bounce off more often than not. There
What?
it is.
Are you kidding me?
Nailed it.
Ah.
So now he can more easily get the Dark Visor in Ingash 2.
All right.
It's totally not going to be required.
Yeah, watch it just be in Cache 2 anyway. So he didn't even need to do
That should
this.
be a go mode. Right?
Yeah, I mean, even if it's not required.
Did you get the hint or Interslice? Or both?
Well, I think at this point, azder has gotten all the Cobalt hints and all the Amber. So yeah, azder probably has seen it. But yeah, what azder's looking for now is like Annihilator, pretty much, which Where was Annihilator? Oh, it was
Putrid
in
Alcove.
Yeah, that place. So yeah. This is why we play Echoes, folks. For moments like that.
That was great. And we were just talking yesterday about how great it is to find a suit in GFMC because you could just get it twice in one room. And here we are getting both suits in one room.
And now Interslice is actually fighting Grapple Guardian. I guess because this is also a way to get the Under Transit 1 key. Although he doesn't need to do this. I guess it would take another... Oh, okay, yeah. There he goes.
Also, I feel like a big mistake a lot of people make against Grapple Guardian. If you beat Grapple Guardian just on a whim and you find out it's just garbage anyway, just if you have power bombs and light or dark beam, just nope out. Just skip the item entirely. The trigger for the Grapple Pirates in Upper Torvus is actually collecting that item, not necessarily Grapple Guardian itself. It will despawn the item forever, but if you don't need it, then you don't need it.
Oh, there's our energy transfer module. So that is our sign of validation. So if neither of them pick it up, then they lose. Ignore what I said about Interslice winning the tournament earlier with Sonic Boom. That doesn't count anymore.
Yeah. Changing the rules on the fly.
Yeah, that's how we operate. That's how I operate.
It's a Rando tournament. We rule modularly, just like the Logic.
Yeah.
Too.
Never participate in the tournament that I am running. For that reason. Thankfully, I'm not running.
Also, because you'd rule that final bosses wouldn't be required.
Why do you like final bosses?
They're fun.
What's wrong with you?
You can do the skips.
Who hurt you?
You can do the tricks. Dark Simus 4 hurt me, and I want to skip her.
But then you just get centered anyway.
Only like
80% of the time.
80% of the
time. Yeah. Ugh. Man, I don't like final bosses. That's just.
Now there is a lot of nuance to the DS4 skip. It is random, but there are also some ways to mitigate it.
Yeah, like
Go over later.
Like I can get it sometimes. I got it in my last race, but it's just I don't like it being up to chance like that, man. All right, Interslice. So Interslice, well, actually, because he knows that there's a key on. Oh wait, no, he could do the out of bounds with Screw Attack to get that instead, if he wanted to. So technically, yeah. Interslice could skip Spider Guardian. Yeah, those words came to me. According to the chat, so we've had 5 restreamed races so far, but for the boss tally,
oh wow,
yeah, we have had no major temple bosses in any of these seeds yet. There have only been 5 races, to be fair, so it's understandable. But we'll see as the tournament progresses just how many we're going to get. Meanwhile, it looks like Azder is getting the Gathering Hall key, which Interslice was not able to get because he does not have Boost Ball at the time. And yeah, we do have 6 more races at least scheduled. I need to schedule my race for like Saturday. I don't know if that's going to be restreamed or not, but I need to schedule it with the person I'm racing with at some point. But yeah, we'll have plenty of races for all you people to watch on SpeedGaming's 1 through something. I don't schedule the races. I just commentate and play sometimes. Let's see. So So Interslice is coming up on Boost Ball, and Cobalt is here in Watch Station as well. So he'll get his Dark Visor hint soon, maybe. And if he gets that, he is... Well, he still has to get Light Suit, actually. Oh, that's an unfortunate bonk. Oh, wait. It spawned him right there anyway. Okay, never mind. Convenient. Oh yeah, and as chat also points out, follow the runners, follow the trackers, follow the commentary, follow random people on the street. Don't actually do that. That's a bad idea.
Probably.
There's also links to the randomizer bracket, the schedule, our Discord, where you can learn more about how to play Metroid Prime 1 through 3 randomized. And you can also converse with the runners and all the commentary and all the people. So yeah, if you want to be a part of our community, hit that link to the Discord and come on down. Win a brand new car.
Maybe not that.
Yeah, probably not that one either. I added that for dramatic effect.
I don't know if I would trust winning a car from someone named Crash.
But would you trust it from someone named Mr. Bang?
I don't know what's gone on in that car. So,
I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. So, yeah, we'll leave it at that. Interslice picks up his Cobalt. That's a good segue into more relevant things. So yeah, as chat points out, the visor hint was in Lower Sanctuary, so we don't know when Interslice is going to get that, but he does have to go back to Torvus anyway, just to go get his thing.
Interesting.
His SDK. So he'll probably pick that up while he's there. Azder is heading into Dark. Oh yeah, he does not have Annihilator yet, so he's banking on this. Oh, that's
the hint was in that wasn't main research, wasn't it? It was somewhere here in Sank at least.
Yeah, the suit hint was also in main research. Somewhere in Sank, but yeah, Azder right now. If this light suit turns out to not be required and the Dark Visor is in cache 2, that's gonna sting. Because I don't think Azder. Yeah, because Azder has not gone to Upper Dark Torvus yet, so. And there hasn't been a hint for Annihilator either, so So here's hoping.
Oh yeah. Oof. Minor oof, not so big an oof. We'll find out shortly. This is a pretty close race.
Yeah, well, they have equal SDK numbers, but it's hard to say quite who's in the lead just because Azder is pretty close to getting his Go Mode item. And... Oh no! That hurts. Oh. That's not going to be good. That's not going to feel good. And there's the progressive suit hint. It was actually in Olier's resting place. So yeah, our Dark Visor is in cache 2, locked behind Annihilator, which is in Putrid Alcove.
So Azder, unfortunately, not in Go mode. Interslice is in Go mode, but doesn't know for sure. He doesn't know for sure. Yeah, but he could get that visor.
Yeah, well, he could, but this is also just an unfortunate situation anyway, because he's going to fight Spider Guardian right now, and that means he's going to have to come back with Dark Visor just to get the Hive Dynamo Works one.
Mm-hmm. Which I guess at least Spider Guardian will be out of the way.
Yeah, so coming back won't be quite as bad. But yeah, it's not looking good for either of these guys, really.
Well, this is especially unfortunate because, if I'm not mistaken, you should know that Spider Guardian itself drops nothing. So so he could just skip Spider Guardian entirely if he really wanted to.
Yeah, I don't know if he knows how to do that or if he's confident with it, but who knows? We can ask him about it later.
Yeah, in his mind, it could totally be a suit as well.
That's a good point. Because he probably saw the Undertemple one and was like, I don't really want to do that. And, ooh.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's got to feel bad because when you use a power bomb, there's a bit of a cooldown, so you can't just use another one immediately.
Someone sets off a bomb right next to you, and you just casually walk away. What a flex.
Yeah, Spider Guardian just wants to make fun of everybody who fights him because he is dumb and round. Well, is he round? I mean, he's sort of... He rolls around.
Yeah, he rolls up like a pill bug.
Yeah, but he's also spiky, so he's not like perfectly round.
True. It's like how people will call you out if you say the Earth is spherical.
Yeah, it's technically
like,
not a...
No, it's not even close to spherical.
It's not a perfectly spherical, but it is definitely shaped like one. So yeah, Spider Guardian is shaped like a sphere. No, he's shaped like a disc. All this talk of Earth screwed me up. I blame you and the Earth. I blame the Earth.
It's a pretty round, like, it's pretty round on the sides as well.
All right,
like an
so
oblong, round, little dude.
Elliptical.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah. So it looks like Azder is actually at least going into the right area. He's probably going to do all of these remaining upper Torvus checks, and that will at least get him the Annihilator he needs. Oh, he's okay. All right, so he's going to do the Torvus Grove ones first. Who knows, we could find Echo Visor here, which isn't required, but it'd fill out the tracker. Or we could find that last Torvus key. Oh, Echo isn't... Oh, right, I forgot about the... We already know where Echo is. It's locked by itself, so they couldn't get it.
Well, it's locked by a Dark Visor. And yeah, technically itself. Yeah.
It is locked... Well, yeah, it is locked by itself. Logically.
For sure.
You can get it with a BSJ and a Screw Attack, which they could do, but why? When we know it's not required.
It is possible it's just a 2 BSJ, like in the kind of the corner next to the funnel, but it is definitely harder.
All right, and this is his Dark Visor hint. So we'll see what he elects to do.
Also, fun fact, you could get into the temple access without a BSJ with just a ledge clip jump into a Screw Attack.
It looks like Interslice just took that elevator ride to think things over, because yeah, he could go get that visor right now. He doesn't know for sure that he can get it, but we know he can get it because it's in cache 2. But then that also calls into question, what's he going to do about suits? Because, let's see.
9 E-tanks, I think. 8.
Chat, could somebody bring up the STK hints again? Just so we know what Interslice is missing. Because there's obviously the Inghive one. The Inghive STK. But I don't know what the other two ones were. Because
he would have already gotten the lower Torvus ones, right?
Yeah. Oh wait, no, he has to go back there for the Gathering Hall one. So he may consider getting that suit while he's there, or at least checking the ledge.
Gathering Hall, the Transcendental East, or what?
It's Gathering Hall, and yeah, Gathering Hall is the only Torvis key that he does not have anymore. That he does not have right now, at least. The other two keys that he's missing are Hive Dynamo Works and
those keys.
Yeah, Battleground. So he can get Battleground right after getting Dark Visor.
Oh, that means Sky Temple keys.
Oh yeah.
I'm so confused.
The important keys. All right, and yeah, Azder right now picking up his Annihilator Beam, so he is in go mode
for him.
Yeah.
Just short of 130.
Actually, exactly 130. Very nice timing. Interslice, why are you going this way? You cannot access in-cache 2 by going this way.
Yes, he can actually.
Is there a way?
It was vanilla light suit, so they actually already disabled the barrier.
Oh yeah.
Or not light suit, light beam.
I forgot about that. That was like an hour ago.
Luckily, he did not.
Yeah. Well, it's easier to remember these things when you have played the game yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bonk. So yeah, for him, this is going to be such a relief because he knows the feeding pit isn't required anymore. So yeah, that's got to feel good. A couple of raid shots, but...
Some happy shots. He doesn't have to hunt for light suit.
Yep. And now he can just go get his Battleground key and then head over to the last remaining ones. Oh, actually, since he went from Torvis to Sank, he can use that method to go right back to Gathering Hall after getting the Hive Dynamo key. So yeah, that'll work out very nicely, and then he can save warp and leave and go to final bosses. Right now, it looks like Azder is heading over to Aegon to... Now that he has Annihilator, he's going to get his Dark Visor and then pretty much be on the same path as Interslice, getting his last remaining keys. Oh, that's an unfortunate bonk.
Yeah, what he wants to do when he bonks like that, he still wants to avoid the safe zone in the center and just avoid triggering that fight.
Yeah, and he didn't I swear that he just went right through the key without picking it up.
Yeah, the hitbox is pretty high, and sometimes it can be really wonky. Sometimes the hitbox is just not even on the key if it's like mid-turn when you destroy it.
Yeah, it probably has something.
It's just too high.
Yeah, it probably also has something to do with coming out of the in-cast, where it's probably the hitbox isn't quite there yet. There's probably a second when it dies that the item has to load in or whatever.
So this is a real interesting finale. We got Interslice in Varia suit, and he might stay that way, whereas Azder in light suit, just a little bit behind.
What, aside from the Battleground key, what key does Interslice have that Azder does not have?
Dynamo Works, I believe. Or did Azder fight? Yeah, Azder already fought Powerbomb or Spider Guardian. He already has that key. Never mind.
Yeah, Azder definitely fought him, so... I'm just trying to remember. Oh, you know what it was? I think it might have been... Oh, wait, no. Now, let me pull up the list of keys again.
Under Transit 1, Battleground, Main Cache, Transit Tunnel East, Hive Dynamo Works, Hazing Cliff. Was it Hazing Cliff?
I think it was Hazen Cliff. Because
that was one he skipped, yeah.
Yeah, Azder just never went over there. So yeah, we'll see if Interslice, knowing that he has that hint, we'll see if he peeks the screw attack wall in Under Temple, or if he's just gonna jump right out of there.
He'll be in that neighborhood.
Yeah,
it may be worth checking.
I think when you have the hint,
safety.
Yeah, like you have the hint, you know that final bosses are on, and you know, you may as well check it just in case. I understand that, like, in a race setting, you wanna make sure that you don't give your opponent any extra time, but like, ooh, Interslice going for the screw attack method to get in here. This is, oh, he's really close.
I know Captain MD prefers this method over the Instamorph. I actually prefer the Instamorph myself. They're both really hard. I
am unable to get either of them. I've tried the instant morph a lot and never succeeded. Looking at the way Interslice just did the screw attack one though, that actually looks that doesn't look too bad. It looks like what you just need to do is angle it left a little bit. Yeah, that bonk, that seemed to work very well for it.
You have to get far enough inside the tunnel, or else you get teleported out of it. And
yeah,
sometimes you get teleported through the floor of it as well, so it's kind of random as well.
I'll take my chances with that rather than the instant morph that I just can't get.
With the instant morph, it helps to move like very close to the back wall, if not touch it, before space jumping backwards. It'll give you some momentum to into the instant morph. And either way, it's difficult. The screw attack, you have to do a pretty tight screw attack in such a confined space that makes it more difficult than normal screw attacking into the tunnels. And it's also at an angle, so it's even more precise.
And yeah, chat, for those who weren't here earlier, Azder, so there was a hint for a required Dark Visor being in Dark Aegon. Interslice had picked up Annihilator early, while Azder did not get it, but he instead got Light Suit early. Well, not early, but he got it instead of Annihilator compared to Interslice. So they basically were both banking on Dark Visor being one of the items, being behind the item they had. So either Feeding Pit for Light Suit check or Incash 2 for Annihilator. And Azder unfortunately banked wrong because the Feeding Pit item was nothing. But yeah, now for Interslice, it's just a quick little jaunt back over to Torvis for that last remaining key, potentially a Dark Suit, and final bosses.
You know, I can't help but rewind that scenario in my head, having the option to check Feeding Pit from out of bounds before actually coming back again with Light Suit. Like, it may have cost time to do. It may have been pretty quick since you're only checking the one thing. But yeah, it's hard to say if that would even be worth it. If it's not something you do regularly.
Yeah, or if they even know the out of bounds for it.
Yeah. Because whether an out of bounds is easy or hard, you still have to learn it in the first place. It's not... even if it's obvious how you're supposed to get out of bounds, or not supposed to. I mean, no, out of bounds is totally intended by the developers. So even then, it still takes practice to actually know where to stand and where not to stand, where you can safely jump, etc. There are a lot of ways you can soft lock just by not knowing a particular out of bounds traversal.
Yeah, me personally, I don't know anything about out of bounds or how to do it, and I should probably learn some of the simpler ones just for convenience. But like, I'm always just afraid of getting stuck somewhere.
It'll happen.
Yeah, and it looks like Azure is also going for the screw attack method to get in here rather than going the long way around. He is not going for the bonk, so
Interesting.
yeah, it's interesting to see two different methods of the same trick, and he got it
Very
right
nicely
there. Perfect. Yeah, so this is helpful for me because that's a trick I do need to learn. So seeing two different methods of doing it is convenient. And
Yeah, getting in the reverse side of that, the tunnel, the way they did, that's only in expert logic. So it's definitely not easy.
yeah, but always feels so bad whenever I
It's
see
pretty worth.
whenever I see a required item right there, and I'm like, I need that, and I can't get it. And now Interslice is trying to farm for power bombs because he needs two of them to do the gathering hall stuff, and he only got one.
Alternatively, if he knows how to do roll jumps, he can skip draining the water and he could just roll jump onto the spinning discs. We may see that from him. No, he's opting to just drain it. Looks like.
Yeah, he may just not know the methods to do it. You can use screw attack to do it as well. But,
oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I always forget the easy ways.
It's also just easy to bonk by accident and then lose all your progress on it.
Yeah.
So
well,
now
half the bombs stay activated.
Oh, so azder. I think the only key did he grab Hazencliff while I wasn't looking? Or is his last remaining key something else? Okay, so seeing as he's going to save warp, his last remaining...
he did get it, I think, actually.
Okay, so his last remaining key is something else. So
yeah,
he's
Captain agrees.
save warping to go wherever it is. So yeah, this is actually pretty close then, because Interslice is going to get his last key, save warp.
Did he get Gathering Hall?
I thought he did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. Okay. Actually, okay, so it looks like Azder himself is not even sure what key... Okay, Sky Temple Key 3 is what he's missing.
Okay. And he can check his hints. No, he can't because he died.
Ooh.
But he probably wrote them down. So, yeah, he can check his hints, I guess.
Transit Tunnel East is what he's missing. It's a ways away.
It is a ways away, but it's a quick one.
Well, it's a ways away, but he just save warped from Sank, where he could have. Actually, no, wait. Could he have? I don't know if he may not have gone into Sank from Torvus, so that pathway may not be open. Yeah, in that case, the pathway would not be open to him.
He might know the boost over the statue, though. He's been practicing a lot. I don't know if he's practiced that specifically, though. Because that's a pretty finicky jump. Like you, at least the way I do it, there's like a couple of spots where the spider ball just kind of rests in place. And if you go between two of those spots and you just kind of start rolling down, and then like halfway through you release a boost.
Yeah.
That's one way to get up there.
Interslice there for a minute. He was trying to do some fancy little slope jump to screw attack to get on the platform, but he could have just taken the stairs that were right behind him. All right, so Interslice is opening up the bottom section, so he's going to check that screw attack ledge, to see if there is a suit there. We'll see
They're
if
trying to 3BS or 3BJ up onto the block, and that would be a real finicky boost through the little hole at the top. He opts to go around instead, but that is possible.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a possible thing to do. So, yeah, Interslice, use that Annihilator Beam for this. All the ammo. There.
Yeah, this like barely 1 meter tall gap on top of that that block. It's just like round shaped, and if you just boost exactly through it, it'll work.
For chat, so yeah, those are the Gomoid items. Yeah, you need Supers, Seekers, Dark or Annihilator Beam just to access your Sky Temple Giants. And
Right.
you also need the 9 Sky Temple Keys, Screw Attack to go into final bosses, Spider Ball to fight final bosses unless you hate yourself. Because there's a way to fight the final boss without Spider, but it's dumb and bad.
And it'll take like half an hour if you've practiced.
Yeah.
I've done it once. It took me like an hour. I didn't want to bother practicing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask BCR. I think he might have done it a couple times. He's definitely done it at least twice, but it's nasty.
But yeah,
Interslice did go for that dark suit, just taking the minute or so just for extra safety, allowing azder to catch up a little bit. He's right behind him, basically.
Yeah, because once azder gets this 1 STK, save warp to final bosses, and they're going to be pretty much there at the same time. So, yeah. Yeah, in terms of length, this has been about an average seed. Because after final bosses are done, it'll be about 2 hours. And
yeah, it actually wasn't that jet a seed. It's just the players are this good.
Yeah, well, I'd say, a jet seed is probably anywhere like 140 or lower. And for any seed time estimations, basically just chop off 10 minutes if the final bosses aren't around. So yeah, overall, pretty average seed. The main stinger on this one was just the Dark Visor location, which only really hurt azder, but it's definitely like it probably didn't feel good for Interslice either.
There we go. azder gets that boost. That particular slot apparently can be activated with boost ball.
Huh.
Because echoes.
Interesting. Dark Visor was in in-cache 2, the Annihilator door. And yeah, azder did not pick up Annihilator before checking Feeding Pit, which was the only other possible location for Dark Visor. So
azder has a couple options. He could either save warp or he could just walk out the front door of Torvis.
I'm pretty sure save warping is going to be faster.
I don't know, because it does take you to the Great Temple instead of the ship. Although there is this elevator ride to get to the entrance.
Yeah, because, well, you have to take this elevator ride and the transition to Temple Grounds anyway. Whereas, like, with Save Warp, you take the... You're put pretty close anyway to the portal. But yeah, both players have all their items. Oh, it looks like the tracker for Interslice, the tracker had forgotten to put Cobalt for him. He did get that at some point, but yeah. So
That was right before Boost Ball, yeah.
yeah. So here he goes into the final bosses. So there are 2 final bosses and 4, technically 5 phases in total. So there's Emperor Ing, where he has 3 phases. And well, pardon, let me interrupt myself. Greetings to SpeedGaming Espanol, rating with a party of 56. Welcome to the tail end of this Prime 2 randomizer race, as we have Interslice going into the final boss fight, Emperor Ing 1. So yeah, Light Beam is really effective against those tentacles, getting them away, and then you have this core at the middle. Shoot the core for massive damage. It kills it very quickly, especially with Annihilator. It I guess you could say it annihilates it, especially if your aim is on point. Oh no!
He can still hit it. He's just got to dash. A few times.
Phew. Okay, that was close, but yeah, that's the power of Annihilator. And now you've got this section where if you don't have Spider Ball, it's dumb and bad. But with Spider Ball, this is how it normally goes. You roll around and you bomb the things, and hopefully don't get tossed around like that. Yeah, this is where having a very large amount of power bombs, as these runners both do, is convenient, because power bombs can do that. And then once he bombs these last 2 up.
I'm surprised the top one didn't come out at all there.
Oh, okay, never mind. There's one more. Yeah. And now we have the 3rd phase, which...
So this is real tricky.
Yeah, so this phase of the fight, there are tiny hitboxes that are invisible and left over on the bottoms and sides of his feet. They're vulnerable to Screw Attack. Screw Attack does damage per frame. So
36 damage per frame, which doesn't sound like a lot, except for the per frame part.
Yeah, did you see Emperor?
Game.
Yeah, look at Emperor Ing's HP right now. That's just how much damage it does. So if you get a good, yeah, already down that much too. The hitboxes are kind of low on his feet.
Very low.
You need to do a low Screw Attack. It's a bit precise, but not too bad.
Yeah, so the Screw Attack height is based on the point at which you space jump. It just calculates from there. So you want to space jump as close to the ground as possible, and then you'll get a much lower Screw Attack. So that's really important in avoiding bonking on its body, because you don't actually want to touch the body at all. You don't want to touch the legs, but that's easier said than done, honestly.
And it looks like Azder is doing the super missile strat instead. 4 super missiles will also destroy the first phase of Emperor Ing. And Interslice is heading into the final boss, Dark Samus 3. So
this is a real complicated thing. So once Dark Samus takes more than 302 damage, because that goes, it goes into its 4th phase, where it goes to the center and just expands and then shoots phase on at you, phase on missiles and like phase on Seeker launcher, I guess. And you can absorb the Seeker launcher and shoot it back. But what he's going to try to do is deal this initial burst of Screw Attack damage and try to missile, which usually it looks like he had missed with the Screw Attack, so it actually didn't do damage and put it past the threshold. So usually when you fire a missile, it doesn't really matter where you fire the missile, as long as it's like within 3/4 of the arena from Dark Samus. She's gonna throw up the shield and just stand in place, and you'll be able to hit her. Should be able to hit her pretty easily once the shield disappears, but then you basically got to stun lock her that way. Just keep hitting her, firing missiles, hitting her, rinse and repeat. And it's possible to finish off the boss. The problem is there is a random chance that the boss will just immediately jump to the center of the arena and initiate the next phase. You can kind of sometimes salvage it if you just spray wildly and hope you actually hit her with a beam shot or anything, and then she'll jump, and then you can use the missile again to force the shield out.
Oh, and it looks like Azure.
It's
yeah.
centered.
Oh yeah, Interslice. He wasn't even going for. He wasn't even going for screw attack strats. He was going for dark beam and missile strats instead.
Yeah, I find charged dark beam is really effective. You can kind of fire missiles like from far away, and then start charging the dark beam as she's still on. As she still has the shield out, and then she'll throw out another shield because there's another missile flying.
But yeah, if Azdir manages to skip Dark Samus 4, he could win.
It's possible.
And this
it
is
comes
also
down to this.
Yeah, and this is why I also hate final bosses. So yeah.
Coincidentally, exactly why I love final bosses.
That's why I find you a very questionable individual. But yeah, one more shot from Interslice will do it. So
from Phazon's shot specifically, she actually has a damage cap in phase 4 when she's on the ground. It's about 6. It's 60 damage. It's two uncharged dark shots will send her back up in the air. Really tiny threat, really tiny cap that you're supposed to defeat Dark Samus with Phazon shots.
And that's it.
Time for Interslice.
Interslice is our winner. So Azdir will be coming up close behind. I will get Interslice. Oh, is he?
Dang.
Yeah. He's really going for DS4 skip. But in the meantime, I'll get Interslice in here for an interview.
Real close race. Dang.
Oh, it looks like Azdir's actually getting the skip. Maybe.
Hello.
Oh, and hello, Interslice.
Hey.
You've come at a good time as we're watching Azdir successfully pull off DS4 skip.
Maybe?
Must be nice.
Oh, maybe.
Nope.
Oh, no.
Oh, just shy. It was about a sixth of its health left.
Yeah. Almost there. But yeah.
Just needed like one more good screw attack.
So congratulations, Interslice, for winning this match.
Thank you.
So how'd you feel about it?
I thought it was pretty good, except for, Dark Samus. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, Dark Samus is never very good. And there's Azdir. Let me get him in here.
And it was really solid performance all around. You and Azdir were really close. Like, you had different go modes effectively.
Yeah, I wanna wait till Azdir gets in here. Oh, never mind. Azdir is declining an interview. So
Okay.
I'll just say this right now then. So you guys had some interesting differences in routing, where the biggest thing that really changed it was that you did Dark Upper Torvis first, like the first time you went over there. So you got Annihilator early, which really helped you later on because Azdir basically left that area alone for a long time. Instead, he just went straight down to Dark to Lower Torvis. And while he was down there, he was chasing after the progressive suit tent because he had also gone to Sank and done upper Sank stuff before you did. So he got that suit hint and
Okay.
cobalt and stuff. So he was chasing that, and he got his dark suit. He also got his light suit because that was on Powerbomb Guardian.
Oh.
And for him, that basically, for that Dark Visor hint, he was like, okay, so Dark Visor is in,
Feeding pit.
yeah. He basically thought Dark Visor was in Feeding Pit. He banked on that and ended up being nothing. Whereas with you pretty much did the same thing except with Incash 2, and you were lucky enough to be correct. So that was definitely a big difference maker for this.
Yeah, that was a pretty risky play, I felt, to bank on Incash 2. I was really, really hoping it wasn't going to be Feeding Pit.
Yeah,
And I was really hoping it wouldn't be Echo, because I never found Echo either.
oh well, Echo. Actually, we saw it. Someone in the chat pointed out it was in the Sank Temple access, so it was locked by itself. So
Oh, okay.
you
I never
could
went
not-
in that room.
yeah, Azder went in there, so we did see it. But yeah, at least that wasn't required for anything.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, any final thoughts on this seed before we pack it up?
Yeah, that Dark Visor spot was pretty mean, because at least for me, I had to like dip Dynalworks twice.
Yeah, both of you guys ended up doing that. At least you both showed us a slightly different variation of the screw attack method to go in the upper Hive Dynamo tunnel. Because you angled it slightly to the left to bonk inside the tunnel, while Azder went straight on.
Yeah, I'm not very good at that trick, so I was actually pretty surprised I got it that quickly.
Yeah, you both pulled it off like within a few tries. It was great.
Yeah, I'm glad you both succeeded because I need the examples to learn from. But yeah, if that's everything, then thank you all for watching. Make sure to follow our runners, follow our trackers who have been in the chat, Pyro Paper Planes and Gollop. Be sure to follow the lovely commentators who carried the show, and we'll see you next time for whatever next races are on SpeedGaming 123. You should be able to. Someone should be able to pull up the schedule in the chat, because there's links to the schedule and our Discord server. Oh, and Azder is in the chat, and yeah, that's unfortunate. He just forgot about Transit Tunnel East, because yeah, that was the last key he ended up getting. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I know that feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, it's when forgetting the one thing is always the worst.
Oh, I did have one question, Interslice. Were you at all considering the suitless final bosses at all?
No, because I've never done that before. Actually, I would have no idea what would be an appropriate amount of energy. I didn't think whatever I had was 8
Okay.
would have been enough for me.
Yeah, it would have been iffy.
Yeah.
Like if you hadn't really experienced it before. Sure.
Yeah, I mean that suit. I knew that suit was going to be near my last key, so I thought I might as well go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, best to err on the side of caution for the final bosses, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent work.
So yeah, great job to our runners, and we'll see you on one of the Speed Gaming channels sometime tomorrow for our next race. Thank you, and see you next mission.
Bye.